Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So the battle to crown the best product of 2024 Optic Retail continues, with the Blasters moving on after having soundly defeated the Fat Packs in my last video, and are now facing the Mega Boxes in this video. So I have 6 Blasters on the right, clocking in at around 200 bucks, and 3 Mega Boxes on the left, amounting to about the same. So about $400 worth of product on the table you see before you here. So a like, comment, and subscribe would go a really long way in mitigating some of the losses that I'm about to incur. But yeah, should be a pretty even fight. I imagine it'll come down to whichever side is able to produce a case hit first, namely an uptown or a downtown. If they are not, though, I will of course be crushed and inconsolable. But anyways, enough with the intro. We have a lot of cards to get into. Let's just get started. Gonna start with our challenger, the Blasters. So these are of course the target ones. They come with the pink parallels. And of course, you are able to get the downtowns and numbered out uptowns, which are new for this year. So I've opened up quite a few, maybe like 6 or 7 of these so far, and are as yet still uptown lists, which quite painful because I've seen quite a few videos of other YouTubers getting just uptown after uptown. Sometimes in some cases, multiple uptowns in one sitting. All right, let's get started. All right, starting it off with Zay Flowers, George Kittle, and we have our first pink here, Bucky Irving. So decent rookie, decent running back, had a phenomenal rookie season actually, but cards aren't that valuable, which kind of sucks because he's an awesome player, but running back. All right, we have Zach Allen, Jahan Dotson, and we have an Optic hollow Optic, but unfortunately not a rookie. And in this blue color, James Cook, also a really good running back, but of course, similarly to Bucky Irving, running backs are not considered very valuable, except for maybe like Saquon. But awesome card. Yeah, was able to get these off of Target.com. You have to have a pretty quick mouse finger to get these because of how insanely hyped these are. But we have Kansas City Chiefs rated rookie, maybe like Xavier Worthy. There we go. Nice receiver there. Probably worth a little bit more than the Bucky Irving, I would imagine. So decent hit so far. Not sure if it's worthy of ascension. I probably would reserve that for like a rookie QB or like Brock Bowers if we're going with receivers. Yeah, Will Levis, and we have an insert here. So this looks like it might be Penix. Yep, Michael Penix on the 2014 Retro Series insert. So yeah, I like this insert. Think it's really clean looking. And has this blemish that continues to plague Optic, it seems like. Highlighted in my last video, but if you guys haven't seen it before, yeah, it's some sort of like, not sure what to call it, but it's just like a smudge throughout like the front panel of these Optic cards, and I've been seeing it a lot. And unfortunately, in a lot of the cards that I pulled that have a decent amount of value. Rashad White, and we got another hollow, so not a rookie this time, which kind of is not that great. So Isaiah Simmons is our vet hollow. I was under the impression that you were likely to get like a rookie hollow and then one vet hollow in each box. So it doesn't seem to be the case, and doesn't seem to be very deterministic in which hollows you'll be able to get, which is not that great. Okay, so this is our final parallel. It is, looks like Jonathan Brooks here. Yep, Jonathan Brooks. Another running back with a season cut short by an ACL tear, unfortunately. But yeah, maybe next season he'll ball out and his cards will increase in value. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys have any success getting any of the uptowns or downtowns Looks like another holo, but of another vet, Jeremy Ruckert. Have honestly no idea who this guy is. Tight end. But a decent rookie base card on the back here. Yeah, I have heard reports that the uptowns are coming out like at a clip of 2 per case, with the downtowns coming in at 1 per case. So a case of blasters is 20 blasters, if I'm not mistaken. So you're likely to get 1 uptown per 10 blasters. So with 6 blasters, we have a 60% chance of getting uptown. So I kind of like my odds. Charlie Smith and Kamani Vidal and Dallas Turner. So striking out on our parallel so far, which is unfortunate because we do need that floor. The parallels are sort of like the floor of these products, with the uptowns and downtowns being the ceiling. Okay, looks like we have an insert here. I saw a peek at the name, but it looks like a lighted up insert of Miles Garrett. So I like these inserts. They're sort of like a poor man's or Temu version of a Color Blast, but yeah, really cool insert. Definitely not as rare as a Color Blast, but pretty cool nonetheless. Unfortunately, not really like of a collectible player. I was about to say not really of a great player, but he is of course one of the best players in the league. It's just no one really cares about defensive guys. We got Puka. We got finally a holo rated rookie, but not really one of the rookies that we would have liked to have gotten, unfortunately. Jalen Polk didn't really show anything in New England this year, which is unfortunate because the one thing that the Patriots need is a decent receiving core. Chris Braswell is our pink, and Tavondre Sweat. So yeah, 2 blasters so far, very unimpressive. Somehow this was even worse than the first blaster. We have Michael Wilson, Max Crosby, and our last pink is Max Melton. So still have as yet to see one of the rookie QBs in a parallel. I think the common consensus is that the blasters are, we got a Diamond's Hands here insert of Xavier Worthy. So looks like our insert, I think you're like getting 1 insert per blaster, so we're not going to get an uptown or downtown in this possible. As I was saying, common consensus is that the blasters are the best format for Optic this year. So far, I do not agree. Well, I mean, this does a little bit to sort of mitigate that. But yeah, we got our first Jaden Daniels. Unfortunately, not in a parallel, and unfortunately, this is very off-centered. But because the Pantheon up there looks so lonely, I will throw a Jaden Daniels base. But hopefully to be replaced soon by a Jaden Daniels in a parallel or an uptown. Zach Moss, Jonathan Allen. We have a pink here of Devin Leary. Not really the rookie QB we would have liked to have seen. And Audric Estime. Sky Moore, Brian Robinson, and we have another pink, Tremaine Burton. So we're not getting even the receivers we would like to see. Tremaine Burton, of course, talented receiver, but a whole host of off-field problems has rendered him having a pretty ineffective rookie campaign. Tyler Algier, Cooper Kupp. We have another holo, another vet holo of a good player, Joe Mixon, but still a vet, and a decent receiver here, of course, though, in just the base, which seems to be the theme for this opening so far. Derwin James, and our last pink is Malachi Corley. So I think we are sort of hitting all of the lesser receivers so far in this break with the Malachi Corley and the Jermaine Burton. But yeah, we're halfway through the blasters. Blasters are definitely going to have to pick it up, but the nature of this product is such that all it takes is one card. All right. First card for the 4th blaster. Okay, we've got a fire emoji parallel here, but it's not a rated rookie. So Christian Kirk. Yeah, so these are super short printed, but you definitely want to see these in a rookie. And Christian Kirk, while a decent receiver, I don't think he has too much value. So, but cool card nonetheless. Yeah, I'm not sure how short printed these are. Of course, Panini never prints the odds of the available cards that you're able to get. So, but first I'd ever seen of it, so I'm guessing it's pretty short printed. Got Luke Musgrave holo here. Yeah, would have loved to see that in a Jaden Daniels. Probably would have sold for an obscene amount of money. All right, we got Curtis Samuel, Derek Carr, and our pink is Jaheim Bell. So continuing to strike out on our parallels. We have a chain reaction of Derrick Henry and Kamari Lassiter. So yeah, striking out on our parallels and our inserts. Jordan Addison and another holo of another vet, Baker Mayfield. All right, finally a rookie parallel. Andre Sweat and Jared Verse. So yeah, this is looking pretty bleak, guys. Byron Young and our last parallel, Jaquan Jackson. Okay, I think it is definitely time to start sounding those alarm bells. These are quite possibly some of the dustiest blasters you'll be able to see on YouTube. But at the very least, I am taking these out of circulation for you guys. So if you would like to show your appreciation, a like, a comment, and maybe even a bit of a subscribe would go a long way. All right, fourth blaster, or fifth blaster, yeah. Zay Jones, AJ Brown. We have Ray Davis. So another holo of not a great rookie. And Joe Alt. I mean, Ray Davis is probably a decent player. It's just, like I said, running backs. He could be like the best running back. Even Saquon, the obvious best running back in the league. His cards don't go for too much. Ryan Flournoy and Braylon Trice. So yeah, continuing to strike out on the parallels. Some of the theme of this video so far. James Cook, Kayvon Thibodeau. We have play action Jordan Love. First I've seen of this insert, but yeah, not a downtown or up now. Optic of a vet, Patrick Surtain, and Tip Ryman. You got Minshew, Alvin Kamara, Javon Pullard, and Jeremiah Trotter. Yikes. I think we have gone through a tour of the most, of the least collectible rookies so far. Javonte Williams, Antonio Gibson, AJ Barner is our last apparel for the fifth blaster. Okay, so we have a holo of Terrion Arnold. Not really surprised at this point. Grady Jarrett, Cade Otton. Okay, finally a parallel of a decent player. And here we have Bo Nix, who, in my opinion, is probably the second most collectible rookie this year, behind back out there, Jaden Daniels. So finally, I suppose I could breathe a sigh of relief at getting a decent card. Pretty sure it doesn't make too much of a dent into, oh, we got Michael Penix here, which is always nice. It doesn't make too much of a dent into the cost of all these blasters so far. I think that bonus is probably like a $30 or $40 card. Okay. And our last insert for the Blasters. So we are officially cooked on the uptown or downtown front for the Blasters. But it is this rookie recruits of Jonathan Brooks and Jacob Cowling to finish out that pack. So, yeah. Rainer Minshew is our holo. Trey Benson. Dak, Brock, Leon Tulatu, and Kate Stover. And our last pack for the Blasters. Darius Robinson. So finishing off much in the way it started and much in the way it continued. Ending with a pretty uninspiring card. But yeah, we've got a whole handful of parallels, but none of them really in any of the players we want to see besides that Bonix over there. So the mega boxes don't have to do too much to beat the Blasters, but at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we get absolutely blanked by the mega boxes as well. But yeah, let's find out. Derwin James, Justin Herbert, Zaire Franklin, and our first blue hyper is Ladd McConkey on sort of a color match. So starting off pretty decent. I'll probably put him like maybe top 3, top 4 out of the receivers this year, which is saying a lot for the for how awesome this receiver class was, because it's a pretty good receiver on his own right. We've got Dylan Lobb and Jerome Ford. So okay, looks like we have a mem here. Got Brian Robinson Jr., Josh Allen, Mike Gesicki, and our mem is Ray Davis. So yeah, not really the player we're looking for, of course. Yeah, so each mega box you are guaranteed either a mem or an auto. Debatable as to which one you would want. They're both similarly not desirable, unless of course you get like a JJ or a Michael Penix auto, which I don't imagine is very easy to do. So here is our first insert. We got best tutties of Matthew Stafford and Puka. So yeah. And Jared Verse and Xavier Leggett. So yeah, I'm not sure how many inserts you are likely to get from a mega box. Hopefully it's more than one, because seemingly from the Blasters you're only likely to get one. You got Tony Pollard, Chris Jones. Okay. All right, looks like we have turned our luck around a little bit. A little bit of damage at the top here. That is kind of unfortunate, but it looks like we have hit a downtown here. And I am unfamiliar with what this downtown might be. I'm thinking it might be like a vet downtown. But okay, no, this is actually a really great downtown to get. This is a Drake May downtown. Wow. Okay, so the mega boxes have come storming out of the gate and have already dealt a death blow to the Blasters. Wow. Really awesome card of a really awesome player. Slightly marred by the fact that this is very off-centered. As you can see, everything is sort of tilted wildly to the left. And also this top has been cut slightly rough, so probably like a PSA 8 or so, and definitely not a candidate to be grading, but I am definitely not complaining and am absolutely ecstatic that I was able to get a downtown from this. I believe downtowns are still much more rare, or still rarer than uptowns, so would have definitely preferred this over any sort of uptown, I guess, unless it was like a Jaden Daniels. But yeah, awesome hit, Drake May. Huge potential for the Patriots, and it's kind of like their answer to Tom Brady, I suppose. But yeah, awesome hit coming out of our first mega box. All right, moving on somehow from that to Zamir White, Jonathan Allen, Michael Wilson, Zach Allen, and we have another insert here, Javon Baker. So it does seem like you can get 2 inserts out of the mega box, which means that if you are in this to go downtown hunting, then maybe mega boxes are a viable alternative to the blasters. Fred Warner, Brock Purdy, Adam Thielen, DeForest Buckner, and our last blue hyper is Nate Wiggins. Unfortunate, but I'm currently on a riding that high of hitting it downtown, so an uninspiring parallel doesn't really bother me much at this point. All right, first mega box down, and what a mega box it was. All right, we got Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hyatt, Buda Baker, Tank Dell, and our first blue hyper is of a decent receiver, Jalen McMillan for the Buccaneers, Trey Benson, and Cortland Sutton. Jamal Williams, Keyshawn Booty, Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore, and our first insert is Best Tutties, Kate Stover, and Marshawn Lloyd. So I think the reason why people consider Blasters the best is because the megas only give you 3 guaranteed parallels. So yeah, I can definitely see the argument for the Blasters in that instance. But like I said, if you're interested in only getting, if you're in this only for the downtowns and uptowns, then I think the mega box is still a compelling option. And we have our second blue hyper, Tyler Nubin. Would have been nice in a Malik Neighbors for that blue color match, but alas, no, it is Tyler Nubin and Spencer Rattler to finish out that pack. That being said, I mean, the Target Blasters have that team parallel, which, you know, I think most of us are kind of over at that point, and these blue hypers look pretty good, so yeah, I think still, which makes me think that the mega boxes are still pretty good value compared to the Blasters. Quinion Mitchell, decent defensive player for the Eagles. Looks like we've got another man here. CJ Mosley, Jerry Jeudy, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Roman Wilson is a rem. Don't know much about this guy. I'm not sure how good of a season he had, but yeah. Steelers as of late have had nearly no collectible players. Michael Penix and Jacob Cowing. Pat Freiermuth, we got Dallas Goedert, Roshan Johnson, Christian Kirk. I thought I got another downtown for a second there, but no, it is passing grade Caleb Williams. So yeah, not a bad insert. Of not a bad player. I mean, a lot of people were down on him because of his season, but when you look at his passing stats, they were actually pretty impressive for a rookie. All right, so last mega box. Don't really need to hit anything to make this video worth it, or for the megas to beat the Blasters, but Uptown would still be very much appreciated. Got Hayden Hurst, Max Crosby, Drake London, or like, you know, a good QB in this blue hyper parallel. Braylon Allen, Brian Thomas Jr., really good receiver, and Joe Mixon. We got Dotson, Snead, Bryce Young, Jonathan Taylor, and it looks like we got an insert here. Thought that might have been a JJ McCarthy, but alas, it is just a Dallas Turner. And Malik Neighbors and Devontae Walker. So here is our men. Looks like we are not going to get that auto. We got Will Levis, Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, and our mem is Keenan Allen. This is the third Keenan Allen mem I've got out of these mega boxes. We got, oh, decent rookie receiver in a holo. So yeah, decent card here. A.D. Mitchell on the holo. Roman Wilson and Jace McClellan. Yeah, A.D. Mitchell, good receiver. Stacked receiver room though, so not sure how many looks he'll be getting, especially with the inconsistent play of Anthony Richardson. But really talented, so hopefully he has a good season next year or this year. All right, we got a blue hyper here. JC Latham, so striking out on these parallels, unfortunately. George Kittle, TJ Watt, Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, and our last insert, most likely, of this video is this play action of Keon Coleman. So, no uptown, unfortunately, but it's fine. We got a downtown. Justin Fields, Saquon, Zeke, and our last blue hyper. Hopefully a QB. Okay, no idea what this helmet is. We have Theo Johnson on a throwback Giants jersey. Yeah, not what we want to see, unfortunately. So, yeah, I guess a quick recap. We got for the Blasters, we got this Penix 2014 insert. We got this Jane Daniels base card. We have this fire emoji parallel of Christian Kirk, and probably the best card is this pink Bo Nix. And for the Megas, also kind of uninspiring cards, had it not been for that card over there, but we got this, I guess, Brock Bowers base card, this A.D. Mitchell holo, this Lad McConkey, and a blue hyper. We got this Caleb Williams in the passing grade insert, and of course, the card that saved this whole entire video is this Drake May downtown. That is plagued by a multitude of QC issues with this rough top of the card and this what I'm guessing is like a 2080 centering. All right, that is the video. The Megas absolutely demolished the Blasters, but honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with either product. Yeah, let me know in the comments which products you guys have had more success with. As always, thank you for watching, and fellow collectors, until next time.